Hello students, I am Mr. E-EN204A-BRITISH from St.Joseph College of Arts and Science Autonomous Cuddalore. Today I am going to teach you a topic called the rivals. This topic was written by Richard Beasley Sheridan. It is considered one of the Sheridan's best known works, and in addition to receiving many revivals, the rival was Sheridan's first play. During that time that Sheridan was writing, he and his wife Elizabeth Linley were living beyond their means as Eliza had given up her career as a singer. So this is a little bit about author introduction. Now let's see the theme of the topic. As a comedy of manners, the play examines the way that people, and especially the upper classes, interact and conduct themselves in polite society. Much of the comedy in the rivals comes from the fact that it is a play about society and social customs and the ways that the characters are pushed beyond the limits of property into more about relations. This play examines the ways that emotion, desire, and the more unruly aspect of human condition cannot always fit into the structure of polite society. So in this topic, the Captain Jack Absolute is a honest ensign for the purpose of wooing the romantic Lydia language. He is dogged in his determination to win Lydia's hand. Lydia language is another character. Lydia is a 17-year-old noble woman inclined to fantasy, whose views on the love are shaped mainly by dramatic sentimental novels. And next comes Sir Anthony Absolute. So Jack's conservative traditionalist father, Sir Anthony, is firm in his belief that he has a right to choose whom his son will marry. Next, the character comes. Fag playfully reveals to Thomas that Sir Anthony Absolute, his new master, has adopted the persona of English Beverley. The purpose behind this identity switch is Sir Anthony's impulsive decision to pursue the wealthy Lydia language in the town of Bath. So also he is Sir Anthony Absolute, fictional character, the father of Captain Jack Absolute, and with the protagonist. In the Act 1, the story continues like this. Lydia and Lucy discuss novels in Lydia's dressing room until Julia and Sir Anthony arrives in Bath and interrupt them. Lydia tells Julia about her secret romance with Beverley, which Mrs. Malaprop does not approve of. However, Miss Malaprop is secretly corresponding with Sir Lucia, an Irish baronet. Lydia is adamant about marrying a poor ensign, despite Julia's doubts, and Lydia is willing to give up 2/3 of her fortune in the process. Lydia surprises Julia by insisting on marrying a poor ensign. Also, he is willing to sacrifice 2/3 of her fortune, as I said before. And Lydia mocks Julia's fiance and Falkland's jealousy, while Julia defends Falkland, attributing his bad temper to love for her. Sir Anthony and Mrs. Malaprop scold Lydia for her attraction to Beverly. But here Sir Anthony opposes educating girls. So likewise the characters gives importance in this topic, where the characters plan to marry Lydia to Absolute and convince them to accept the proposal. Fog and Absolute strategizes how to keep Sir Anthony from learning about Absolute's courting of Lydia in Absolute's lodging in his disguise Beverly as a Beverly. When Falkland comes, he presses Absolute to ask Mr. Malfi and his father for Lydia's hand in marriage. But Absolute is not sure Lydia will accept him once she discovers he is wealthy and marrying him and not to form the rebellion. So Absolute informs him that Julia is fine and in Bath and persuades him to stay and hear an update on her from Acres. The Absolute's country neighbor, Acres, enters and informs them that Julia has been in excellent health and has ability to enhance everyone she encounters. In a jealous fag, Falkland dashes away. Acres, who is unaware of Absolute courtship of Lydia, now tells Absolute about his own stupid attempts to become more trendy while courting Lydia. Sir Anthony enters and short time later informs Absolute that he wishes to make his son fortune by marrying him to someone. Actress enters and informs them that Julia has been in excellent health and has ability to enhance everyone she encounters. In a jealous rage, Falkland dashes away. Lucia delivers a letter from Delio to Sir Lucius, who believes it's Lydia. Fag, observing, threatens to expose Lucy's dual role, but she reveals the letters are from Mrs. Malaprop. Lucy informs Fag that Absolute has a formidable new rival. So himself and exactly rushes to reveal to Absolute that the woman he loves and intended bride are one and the same. Absolute encounters his father, the North Parade, and reconciles with him, keeping his courtship of Lydia and Ensign Beverly a secret. So without revealing his exciting relationship, Absolute pledges to marry any woman of his father's choosing. So like that he decides to marry a girl. So here Julia walks into her room to discover Falkland there. She inquires as to why Falkland does not appear excited to see her, in which he responds that he had heard she had been having a good time without him, and hence pretended disinterest to her. Then Captain Absolute pays Mrs. Malaprop a visit at her home. He flatters her and impresses her with his appearance and gallantry. They read a letter from Beverly that she wipes out Mrs. Malaprop's pretension and foolish use of language or mock into her letter. Sir Lucius enters at Sir Acres' lodgings, where Acres says that he has come to Bath to pursue Lydia. who is currently being courted by the man named Beverly. Sir Lucius persuades Acres to challenge Beverly to duel, despite the fact that there are no grounds for it. Acres is apprehensive about the prospect, but he lets Sir Lucius lead him and draw the challenge letter. So Absolute upset about Lydia's rejection is unexplainedly challenged to the duel by Sir Lucius on the North Parade and agreed to fight that night. Absolute encounters Falkland who agrees to be his second in the duel.